Welcome everyone to Village Voices, and it is such a pleasure to be speaking today to the lovely Rina Aramano. And Rina, welcome to
Thank you for having me, Anna.
Interview and to our community. You have been part of our community for a long time.
Yes, I love it.
Fact, yes, you do. You're a regular visitor.
Yes.
But in fact, I know for the fact is that your mom started seeing me 11 years ago when I first opened my room.
Started.
And she claimed to be the first one to
I was the second one, really.
You were the second one. But yeah, we have known each other for a long time, and I have really learned to appreciate your journey, firstly into motherhood, but also into a beautiful and inspiring career woman that you are.
Oh, thank you.
And a business owner, and the contribution and the benefits that you're sharing with the community, which we'll talk about shortly.
Yes.
But, you know, having your fifth baby, how many children do you have, Rina?
Yes, I've got four.
Tell us a little bit about your family.
So I'm a wife and married with 4 children.
Yes.
2 boys and twin girls. Twin girls came up with last pregnancy, the best thing that's happened. Yes, so I was a little bit nervous starting my new business. This is my 5th baby.
Yes, your 5th
or 6, because I've got another business as well, but we'll talk about this one tonight.
That's right.
Yes, this is a passion that's grown.
Yes.
Very deeply.
It's so really lovely to see. But you know, we were talking before, and I was saying, you know, over the years, we had different discussions. So
yes,
I want to know today about, firstly, for people who don't know Rina, this is the business that she has created, and the business is called Sunny Time Yoga. It's really gorgeous, and if you haven't followed Rina on social media, feel free. You know, just go to sunny_time_yoga, and that's where you'll find her. Tell me a little bit about what Sunny Time Yoga is.
So Sunny Time Yoga is yoga and meditation for children. We specialise in teaching children how to self-care and self-love themselves. I love it so much because I can see the love that children and the fun and the joy that they get from performing yoga and meditation with me. And it's all about using your imagination, so it's all fun, and the children just love it, and so do I.
Oh, that's awesome. But look, for having followed your journey for some time, you know, I know there was a time in your life where you weren't quite sure. You wanted to do something that was meaningful. I think that's what it's.
Yes, definitely.
You know, so tell me a little bit about why you decided to start yoga for kids.
Well, I think it's, I always never knew where I wanted to go and what I wanted to do. Always was creative, never knew how to show my creativity. Always loved being with children. Obviously got 4 of my own. But when this came about, this course, I was like, this is perfect. I love health and wellness. I love bettering yourself. And teaching children at a young age, I think it's so important, especially in the world that we're living in. Basically, so it's, as soon as I found this course, it was like, yes, had ticked to every box and had to pursue it. And it's the best thing I've ever done.
That's amazing, because you've started this business just as COVID started.
Yes, exactly.
And this pandemic took over the world, and you persisted. You know, why was that important? You know, it's obviously something that gets you up every morning, and why do you think it's so important to you?
I think it's just a joy of seeing the children and getting them to understand and really know the importance of just the simple techniques of yoga and breathing and what it does to their mind, and get them to be present. And it's so hard sometimes to tell our children how to be present and teaching them, but once they're there, you just see this whole different confidence come up in them, and you see they're concentrating better, they're focusing better. So it's, it just blew me away, especially during COVID when we were not able to perform classes face to face. and everything was Zoom classes, and it took me a while to adapt and to get my head around it.
Yeah.
But the kids were amazing. They just did it. And even if they're distracted by someone else now, they put themselves on mute and they would just say, I'll be back. And they come back eventually.
That's amazing. And that's probably something that we don't remember, is that kids are very adaptable, and
Definitely.
where adults were probably more looking to control the situation.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
you know, how to fix the problem.
That's right.
They just do what they feel. So
Exactly. And I feel sometimes we think we don't give them the knowledge that they actually know. They know what to do. They know what their mind is feeling. So for them to be able to express emotions and feelings, and it's amazing. Just amazing.
yeah. Oh, definitely. And I know, you know, you we've had the pleasure of sharing a class with you, and a couple of classes actually with the girls, with
Yes.
my girls, Emma and Laura, and they absolutely loved it. But, you know, what sort of challenges are you having being in the online space as well? I know you said, you know, sometimes they lose focus, or what sort of things come up?
But or definitely not understanding some exercises. So really going through clearly. Sometimes they just lose focus, they're not interested, and that's when I've got to be a bit more dramatic with my voice, let my imagination go crazy, which is hard and challenging at times. But overall, they are pretty good. And if they need to go, they'll just leave, and then I'm like, where are they gone? But they'll come back and they'll refocus. And meditation is just amazing, how they just lay there and be able to, I can see them putting their teddy on their belly and watching their bellies rise and fall. It's just beautiful to watch now.
Yeah, and I think I've noticed that with my girls as well, even though, say, the first time they were a bit nervous and they just wanted to watch and test it out. Like,
see what I'm all about.
Yeah. And then when you did the meditation, they really came around. They were like, oh, this is a safe place. Like, this is even though it's not a physical place, but you were holding a really safe, lovely place.
Definitely. Yeah. I want children to be noticed and heard. I think that's the most important thing in my classes. I want them to know that I'm watching them. Doesn't matter how shy they are or whatever, and I can see them, and I'm so proud of them just looking whatever they're doing.
Yeah, and I think maybe we don't say that enough to our children.
Yes.
Like, probably don't even say that enough to ourselves.
No, to ourselves, exactly, 100%.
Yeah, and that's so true and magical. Like, just noticing, because they crave it, right? Like, do you get this from your children? Your children are older than mine, but you know, when they go, look what I can do.
Yes.
Mom. Like,
exactly. When they're riding a bike or, you know, going for a walk, I've done their first cartwheel, like a couple, during COVID, we've been doing cartwheels non-stop. So it's constantly how long they can hold the cartwheel up, and we're counting. So it's, they definitely want to see, they want our attention.
Yeah. And they're constantly improving, and they're evolving all the time.
Yes, definitely.
And you know, has it been straightforward leading a business from home for other children, with your own children?
No, it hasn't been straightforward. It's been challenging. I think for the beginning of the year, I was all up and going. I run classes at childcare centres as well, so they had my classes all booked, and they all got cancelled due to COVID, which is fine. You know, we'll be back in June. Well, you know, all those months went by, and that's when I started my classes back in August. And it was hard, but I've got my kids involved, which has been great. And seeing them see me happy is been good too, because they're like, oh wow, Mum, you started this from scratch. It's amazing. So it gives them a boost of confidence.
And it's extra time that they get to spend with you.
That's right. Yeah, definitely.
That's perfect. And I think your girls are doing such a good job. You're such a good role model for your girls and like your kids in general. I think it's
Thank you.
fantastic.
Well, my girls are ready to start yoga classes on their own. They want to be the next teacher. Like, we can take a group and you take another group over there. Yes,
exactly. And so, you know, the challenges that you're having, you know, how are you making it work in terms of the kids and the kids who are participating? How do you help them get engaged back into
I always ask them to, we start off with a warm-up, and we always get them to pick how they want to warm up. So they might pick a move, they might pick a pose. I always ask them, like, how you feeling about that, especially because I've got a whole range of ages on a Saturday morning. So they start from probably 2 years old all the way up to 8, 9-year-olds. So I try to get them really engaged and focused. And it's a hard age group to sort of combine together. That's been really challenging, but they've adapted well. And even, it's funny, the 8-year-olds still love to do things that a 2-year-old would do.
Yeah.
So they will sit there and they'll watch their teddy, like I said before, go up and down their belly and really focus on that. And we did a dress up day a couple of weeks ago, and they all had to wear their party clothes. So we had a party yoga theme.
Yeah.
And they just like, what are you wearing? And my girls were messaging their friends saying, oh, we're going to wear this and we're wearing that. Mum's got a hat and a tutu. So they got, they were so excited with it. So it was good to see.
It's going into the world of imagination.
Yes, definitely. And I think it's been, one of the girls I remember saying to me, oh, I don't know if I can do this. It's all about imagination. And now she leaves, I love it. Thank you so much. So I think that makes my heart feel so full and know that I'm doing the right thing. I'm in the right place.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. And that's how we know, isn't it? It's like when we could just do it every day.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
In the beginning you think to yourself, why? But you don't doubt that feeling when you leave and you're thinking, you get those comments, you're like, yes, this is the right place.
Oh, so good, so good. And someone said to me, if you're really stuck on a problem, like, so you're stressed by something, and I'm sure, us adults, we get into that state, but kids do too, and they're like, they just feel frustrated about something, but they can't communicate it across sometimes. I think the things that you're providing for children and entering that world of imagination, bringing more joy and more fun into their life, I think that is going to help them, their brain, find solutions to their little problems that they're
definitely
having. So, I think it's
just getting to stop and breathe is a big one, especially with one of my children suffer a little bit with anxiety. But just getting them to stop, take a deep breath in, just take it all in, let it out, and I get them to shake their body so they get all the worries out, and it just calms them down straight away. And just talk calmly.
Yeah, the tone.
Yeah, definitely the tone.
Amazing. And it's a habitual thing, isn't it? It's like if we have been brought up a certain way and we respond a certain way, our volume might rise and we might not mean anything by it.
No, exactly. But children don't like it.
Detrimental.
Yeah, definitely.
Amazing. I love that. So what sort of tips do you have on offer, Rina? Show us.
So I've got a few here today. Yes. Starting off with my sphere, my favourite. So the I use for belly breathing. So as you breathe in through your nose and fill your belly with air, visualising a balloon filling up in your belly. So breathe in, hold, and then as you breathe out through your nose. And suck your tummy back in.
Amazing. It's a beautiful visual for them as well.
Yes, they can actually visualise it, yes. And I can see them really getting their belly up. Some of them lift their backs off the ground. But they get the purpose of it, which is good. The other one we've been doing is balloon breathing, but it's actually reading the balloons. So if it's a big balloon, you take a deep breath in. And if it's a small balloon, a small bubble, you take a small breath in.
I like that.
Yeah, and again, another visual thing and colourful. Kids love it.
I like that. I haven't seen that one before. So perfect. I like this one, and I was
my affirmation cards.
So it looks like a little business card, but actually they're affirmation cards. My girls absolutely love them.
Oh, so, good.
You kindly shared a pack with both of them. So they have set bedside tables, and they've got a pack on each table. So each time they pick a card, and they might have something like this. I look forward to learning and creating new adventures today, and they'll do it in the morning, and then they'll do one in the evening as well.
Well, that makes me so happy to hear that.
And they'll display it for the day. So
yes, good.
I always stand by my friends, and it makes
them beautiful. Yeah,
something positive.
Definitely.
And we do gratitude together as well, and so it really coincides with that.
Yes, definitely, 100%.
I love this one. My 2.5-year-old Laura, she absolutely loves this one.
The pom-poms, yes, I love that one.
Breath a lot, and this is so cool. So you can imagine a little person, and
Yes, hold them in your hand. That's it.
And so she does this, and then she takes a big breath, and she goes.
Yes, beautiful. I love it. We started off with cotton wool the first time, and then we added the pom poms, and they were the biggest hit.
It's so cool. It's so cool, and it's just such a treat for them. I think it gives them little tools of wellness, and then they role play together. So I think you are starting a bit of a ripple effect, Rina. You're creating like little wellness leaders in the
That's good to hear.
Community. So I'm absolutely in love with the idea, and I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
The journey that you've come on, and where you've taken it, and I look forward to seeing it all unfold beyond COVID. I think you can reach kids beyond Melbourne and anywhere in the world really, and make it.
Yes, definitely, especially through Zoom now. We've been this great tool, and
definitely.
Thank you so much for giving me this time. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome.
You've been one of my biggest supporters. Cheering me on. Always cheering me on.
Is there anything else that you would like to share with the community? Any thoughts or advice for mums out there?
Just enjoy the moment. Really enjoy the time with your kids. They're not kids. They're not little for a long time. Yes. So really treasure each moment you get. It's a blessing. It really is.
And where can parents find your classes, Rina? Where do people find
So I've got Zoom at the moment. So you can go to head to my website at www.sunnytimeyoga.com.au or head to my Instagram page, and we always do workshops. But at the moment, just Zoom for the time being.
Perfect. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much.
Enjoy the rest of your day, and I look forward to seeing you very, very soon.
Definitely. Thank you.
See you soon, Rina.